Welcome. In this lecture, we will discuss blocking in a factorial design. So far we have completed up to full design, up to full factorial design. And you know what is full factorial design. Today we will see that let there be two factors with A and B labels. Let there be a nuisance variable, a nuisance factor that need to be blocked, needs to be blocked. So how can we do this? So this is our issue 1. Second issue is, let there be two factors, which are controllable and two nuisance variable, nuisance factors. How can we estimate the effect of the controllable factors while blocking the nuisance factor? Nuisance factor. So, and definitely issue 3 will be that this can be generalization of the same. So, we will discuss first the issue 1 in details with an example, then issue 2 another example we will show you, and obviously after this you will know that how can it be generalized. Let us consider first two factors A and B and n replicates. Suppose factor A having A labels, factor B having B labels, n replicates is there. So, then the fixed effect model is y I j k equal to mu plus tau I plus beta j tau beta I j plus epsilon I j k. So, when you are running this experiment, so you are using batches of raw material, different batches of raw material. Obviously, these batches of raw material may create nuisance and it has to be controlled. Let further that, suppose in one batch of raw material is sufficient enough to run or to conduct A B experimental runs. So, as a result, what happened? You require n batches n batches to complete the ABN runs, experimental runs. So, you are not getting single batch, you are getting n batches. So, now you require to block these n batches. So, how can you block? Every batches of raw material will be used to do A/B experimental runs, and then next that means within a full factorial design involving A and B, you are having a single replicate. So, n batches will be n blocks, and in each suppose 1, 2 like n batch, and again I have suppose A and this side B. So, what are you doing? You are doing that B will be having different levels, A having different levels. So, what are you doing here? This batch will be used for AB runs, second batch similarly will be for another AB runs, like nth batch will be used for another AB runs. So, within a block there are AB runs. So, then within block A and B will be full factorial with single replicate. So, that means raw material represent randomization restriction or a block, and single replicate of a complete full factorial experiment is run within a block. So, if this is the situation, then your model, fixed effect model will be y I j k. So, it will be your mu plus tau I plus beta j plus tau beta I j plus delta k plus epsilon I j k. So, this is grand mean, this one is factor A effect, factor B effect, interaction effect, block effect, error, and I will be from 1 to A, J will be from 1 to B, and K will be from 1 to N. If this is the case, now considering our knowledge, whatever we have learned so far, what we have done, we partition the observations like this. So, you have to partition the sum square also. So, sum square total, this will be your sum square A plus sum square B plus sum square AB plus sum square blocks plus sum square error. This is basically partitioning the observation, this is basically partitioning the sum square total. Now, what will be the degrees of freedom then? DOE partitioning will be like this. DOE here A B n minus 1, this is your total. Now, this will be A minus 1 plus B minus 1 plus A minus 1 into B minus 1 plus what will be the, how many blocks? N blocks, n minus 1. Then the remaining A B n minus 1 minus all those things, this will lead to the error degrees of freedom, this will be A B minus 1 into n minus 1. Then what you actually, then if I want the corresponding MS, then what will be the MS? MS A will be SS A by A minus 1, MS B will be SS B by B minus 1, MS A B will be SS A B by A minus 1 B minus 1. So, like this, and MS E will be SS E by A B minus 1 into n minus 1, and then you compute F. So, this is the general approach, and using f you will see that whether the effects are this or not. Now, what will be the formula for your treatment computation of treatment effect? Computation of effect parameter, not only effect parameters. Again we know the formula. For example, if I want to estimate the grand mean, this will be y dot 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 bar. If we interested to estimate tau I, this will be your y I dot dot bar minus y dot dot bar. So, grand mean. Similarly, if you are interested to estimate beta j, this will be y dot j dot bar minus y triple dot bar. If you are interested to know delta k, what is the estimate? That will be y dot dot k bar minus y triple dot. Okay. So, then there will be your tau beta I j, then this will be y I j dot bar minus y your y I dot dot bar minus y dot j dot bar plus y double dot bar triple dot bar. Okay. So, error you will be computing other ways. Now, suppose you are interested to know compute the SS, computation of SS sum square. So, what will be the sum square total? Sum square total here it will be k equal to 1 to n, j equal to 1 to b, I equal to 1 to a, then y I j k square minus y triple dot square by a b n. You want to know SSA, then SSA means the row total I equal to 1 to a, y I dot dot square, then 1 by b into n minus y triple dot square by a b n. If you want to calculate SSB, you know this. So, that b will change, means j is 1 to b 1 by a n, because a n observation will be there, then y dot j dot square minus y triple dot square by a b n. So, what will happen to SSAB then? SSAB, first you find out the subtotal for j equal to 1 to b, k I equal to 1 to a, then 1 by n y I j dot square. This will give you the that means in a b cell the square, the observer total and the square minus y triple dot square by a b n. This is your SS subtotal a b, and it will be subtracted by SSA minus SSB. This will give you SSAB. Then remaining is SSE, which is SST minus SSA minus SSB minus SSAB. SST, SSA, SSB, SSAB. There is another one which is known as minus SS block. So, there is another your SS you have to compute, that is SS block. How many blocks are there? There are n blocks. So, in each block AB observations are there. So, k equal to 1 to n 1 by AB y dot dot k square minus y triple dot square by A B into N. Okay. So, you got all the computations formulas. Then you will be having this ANOVA table. You see block, this is SS, degrees of freedom, expected mean square, A, B, they are corresponding, everything is given. F0 is calculated for A, calculated for B, calculated for AB, because you want to know whether the factors and their interactions are significant or not. Using F0 you will be doing this. Okay. So, let us see one example here. So, the computation treatment part, all those things given here. Here we are considering two factors A and B, A with 3 labels, B with 2 labels, and there are 4 blocks. Let it be maybe that 4 batches of raw materials. The 4 batches of raw materials and each batch of raw material will be able to is enough to conduct 3 into 2 6 experimental runs. So, what is the condition here? We say that you require 6 experimental runs for with single replicate. Suppose you want n replicate, and it is the situation where that every batch can conduct only 6 experiment, then each of the block will be treated as a replicate, and each block will be used to do full factorial design with single replicate. Okay. So, so then under this situation, let us compute the what I want to compute on the effect and SS. So, this is computation, for the Excel sheet I am showing you. You see the data, right? This is the upper batches of raw material 1, 2, 3 and 4. So, let me make it little bigger. Now, A having 3 labels, low, medium, high, B having 2 labels, that let it be 1 and 2. Now, what you want to compute? You want to first compute the grand mean. What will be the grand mean? Grand mean will be, what is the grand total? You see, if I click here, it is basically sum of all the sum of these rows representing 4 blocks. So, and when I click here, this is sum of the runs, that means y, sum of the y values against each batch of raw material. This is the total of all those 3 into 2 into 4, how much? 3 into 2, 6 into 4, 24 observations. So, if you want a grand mean, you can write down this equal to this divided by 24, it will give you 94.95. So, this is your grand mean. Now, suppose what is the total for A at low, then this is the this row total. This row total is this one, sum total of the rows where when A is low, this value is 725. Now, if you want the average, write down this equal to 725 divided by how many data points are there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because 4 into 2, 4 into 2, 8 divided by 8, this will give you 90.25. So, now if I want for these 3 rows, then I click like this. So, 94, 95 and 98. Suppose you want the treatment effect tau I suppose tau I am writing little like T I, then this will become, this will be the row average minus the grand average, it will be minus 4.33, and in the manner you will calculate the other one. What happened? Sorry. So, 4.33, and the second one will be also, this will be second row minus the grand average will be this, third one will be the third row average minus the grand average will be this 3.91. So, these are tau I estimate, and similarly you can get the beta j estimate. Now, if you want to use beta j estimate, so you have to see that what is the total row, column total against B equal to 1 and B equal to 2. So, B equal to 1, if I say this is 305, here it is 3010, here it is 314, here it is 289. So, all 4. So, 300, 300, almost 600, 900 plus 3, around 1200, around 1200 you see here. What we have done? LMH. So, this, and ultimately if you take sum of these two, this will be nothing but 725. If you take sum of these 3, this is nothing but 1218, and this will be 1006. Now, you can find out the average here. So, average of this will be what will be the average? Here we are talking about B's average. So, that means 3 into 4, 12, this divided by 12. So, if I want the average equal to this divided by 12, this one 100 and, oh sorry, then what will be the second one? 88. What is the grand average? 94. So, if I want the beta j, if I write bj here, so this will be this minus grand average will be 6.5, this will be this minus grand average, this will be minus 6.54, because sum of tau I equal to 0, sum of beta j equal to 0, and in this manner. Okay. Now, what you require to do, if you require to do calculate the tau beta ij, the tau beta ij, this one if you want to compute, this will be basically, here you find the average, this is basically tau beta ij. Here how many observations are there? 4 observations are there, because replications 4, 378. So, this divided by, suppose I want this, so that when this equal to this divided by 4 will give you this, and then if I go to this side, this is this divided by 4, and if I come down you will get all this one. And suppose what happened, you want the estimate of tau beta j, this equal to this average minus grand average. So, if I fix this one using shift operator, then so this is minus 4 point this one. So, if I change this to this side, this will give you 86 minus 94 is 8.4, and if I make for 3 different, so you are getting this. You take sum, you okay. So probably just 1 minute, delete it. Let me check 378 is whether L11 this one or not. L1, L and this one 89 plus 95 plus 100 plus 94. This will be 389. Yes or no? So, let me check. Yes, you see this one, this one, this one, this one. So, okay, divided by 4 will be that average. So, that is correct. Divided by 4 is this is correct. Now, we are interested to find out this one, the average estimate of this. So, formula is y I j bar minus y I dot bar minus y dot j dot bar plus I dot bar. Okay. So, that means we have used the wrong formula here. So, what you require to use? You require to this, you have to write here suppose equal to this, that is basically the cell average y11 dot bar minus row average is this minus column average this plus grand average this. Okay. Now, if you fix you can find out the value. So, this way tau beta will be computed, and then delta our block effects also you can compute, but it is not of interest. Then find out the SS calculation. So, what is SST? What you find out what is the SST? SST is sum total of all you see. That's we have considered SST calculation. Just a minute. Okay, this N7 minus this. Now, N7 is this. Now, how this is computed? That we have to check. Sum of this. I think I am giving you the SSA, B and total. Okay. So, what we have come, you know the formula. Formula is basically that you take the square of all those terms minus this, because they are in between terms we have computed, and that manner it came like this. Suppose SS statement, SS block. SS block we are writing 1 by 6, because 3 against every block there are 6 observations, 1 by 6 M9. M9 means this one. Okay. So, that means this is nothing. Then what is this value? This value is against yes, in each block you are taking basically the squaring of each of these things and taking sum, squaring of second block observation taking sum. So, that sense it is coming. So, that means when I am talking about SS block, you are basically first making this one, this is your this value, and then you are subtracting this value. Okay. When you are talking about SST, you are querying this is the same manner you are doing. So, in this way you will calculate all the SS parts. Then after that what will happen? You will go for Excel sheet ANOVA table. Your sources of variation is AB blocks error, everything was computed, degrees of freedom accordingly computed, MS computed, F0 computed, and we have found out for the first effect the theoretical value is F2 15 0.05 3.8368, computed value 11.05, more than this significant. In this manner it is found that A, B, and AB are significant. Okay. So, now I will show you another example, that example 2, where what happened, two factors A and B and two nuisance variables. So, we have considered two factors F and G, these are two factors we are writing, two factors, and two nuisance variable in row and column. For example, row may be batches of raw material and column will be operator, and controllable two factors may be, this may be your temperature, this may be pressure or any other controllable factors. So, what will happen here, if F has A labels, G has B labels, then in a full factorial design, we have how many independent treatment combination? A B treatment combination. So, in this case we want to use Latin square, because this is a very good design. You have seen when there are two blocking factors you can use Latin square. If there are three blocking factors you can go for Greco-Latin square. Here we have two blocking factors. So, what we will do here? So, suppose A equal to, if A equal to 3 or 2, or let B equal to 3, then we have 3 plus 6 treatment combination. So, these treatment combinations can be denoted by Latin letters, which are basically the treatments, or other way I can say that every combination will be the process will be treated for every combination. So, we can use A, B, C, D, E and F for treatment combinations. For example, just for example, suppose if I say F having two labels, this is F1 and F2, and G having three labels, G1, G2 and G3. So, A can be, that is the both at low level F1 and G1, both at low level F1 and G1. Now, if I draw like this, suppose this side my G and this side F. So, this is G1, this is G2, this is G3, then this one is F1, this is F2. So, it is F1 G1, this one is F1 G2. So, this point is F1 G1, F1 G2 and F1 G3, F2 G1, F2 G2, F2 G3. So, we are saying this combination is denoted by A, suppose F1 J2 denoted by B and F1 J3 denoted by C, F2 G1 denoted by D, F2 G2 denoted by suppose E, and this one is F. So, this Latin alphabet, this alphabet A, B, C, D, these are used for this treatment combination. So, if we want to use Latin square, we require then, that means 6 rows and 6 columns. So, we require 6 batches of raw material and 6 batches of 6 numbers of operators. So, yours will be 6 by 6. So, row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, you have Latin squares 6 by 6, 6 by 6 Latin square you have. Now, this all A, B, C, D, this will be placed. So, here I let it be A, B, C, D, let it be F and E. Obviously, we have to follow the Latin square generation rules, and accordingly you will be writing down. For example, a good from that design, suppose we got this A, then this will be C, let it be B, then E, F, D, in this manner. For the suppose this is the table. So, A, B, C, D, F, E, C, A, B, F, G, all those things using Latin square randomization scheme, it is the treatment combinations are selected like this and given to each of the blocks like row and column blocks. You all know that in Latin square every treatment will occur once against the row, against each row, as well as once against each column. if you compare the column 1, you see A is coming once, again in the if you compare row 1 also A is once. So, that is the scheme, it is done. Okay. So, then what you require to compute? You require to compute treatment effects, you require to compute your row effects, column effects, and here we have basically two treatments A and B. So, their treatment A and B and their interactions to be computed. So, this is what the data table, what happen when we make row total, we will get row blocks, we will make column total, we will get the column blocks. For the A, B, that means the factor G and A, we will create a separate table from this. So, we know that G at low, medium, high, F at low and medium, or F1 and 2. So, we will, if we sum the observations, we will be getting this kind of thing. So, that means from this table you will be basically estimating the blocking factors effect, their sum square. From this table you will be estimating the controllable factors effects and their sum squares. But please keep in mind this, suppose if you consider 551, this is not because of one observations, because of so many observations, because 1 and 1 in this case, if you see 1 and 1, suppose we are talking about A, B, that A11 means low level. So, you have to find out where F1 G1 is there, means where A is there, here A, here A, here A, here A, here A, all those A will be summed up. Similarly, all B's and C's will be summed up, and accordingly there will be 3 into 2, 6 sum of values. Okay. And then you use the rest formula, the formula for computation, all of you know that the formula already we have seen, that means the SS formula you use, and then you find out the GF row and column. So, SS 208 like this, degrees of freedom, they are MS, and here what happened, we found that when we block that ultimately only F, the second factor F is significant and the rest of the factor is insignificant. Okay. So, this is what is our Latin square design for full factorial design and blocking two factors using Latin square design. So, what will happen if there is one more factor? So, one more factor in the sense I am taking the one more nuisance factor, then you can go for Glacko Latin square design. Okay. So, this is what is blocking in full factorial design, and if you go for more factors, more blocks, or suppose there are 3 factors, 2 blocks, and then what will happen, you will go for that, or more in number, ultimately you will go for, that is the generalization of the full factorial with more number of nuisance factors. Okay. So, thank you very much. I hope that you have understood this one. If you practice it, definitely you will be able to solve the problems.